Alright, so I want to take this time now to sit down and talk about my orc fleet, since the majority of our ships, at least our cruisers, battle cruisers, and battleships, are level 10. And I want to talk about it because informing the community is important, and we need to talk about it since, you know, this is probably not going to get changed for a very long time. So we are using the Mega Cannon and Prow Zaps, or Mega Zaps, attachments on our, or customizations on our fleet, every ship, as much as possible, with the Evil Sunz favor. And the Evil Sunz favor gives us the tractor cannon, which has a standard cooldown of 60 seconds, and allows you to pull any enemy ship in front of you, or push. It allows you to move any enemy ship, you know, 1,000 units in any direction, or 800 units now, I guess, plus the drift of the ship, so it's about 1,000 units, as well as a 25% increase to the combustion gauge refill rate. This is pretty much the strongest fleet right now for orcs. It's a bit gimmicky, but it usually works about against everything. It's just really good, especially against Eldar. Our crew upgrades, we do have chain squigs, so that way our ships don't insubordinate nearly as often as they used to. Master Gunner, because our broadsides are entirely guns, and so the sheer amount of bullets that we're putting out really allows us to get a lot of crits using the Master Gunner crit upgrades. And then we do have Grots as our final one for the 12% cooldown reduction. That 12% cooldown reduction applies to everything, especially the tractor cannon. Using the tractor cannon as much as possible is really going to help you win against Chaos and Eldar mostly. Imperium doesn't really run away too much. As for our upgrades, every ship pretty similar. We do start with heavy guns to get the armor penetration. Then we get chain squigs to do the actual insubordination, because, you know, orc ships will insubordinate at 100% health. And then all of a sudden you're losing one of your most important and healthy ships. Belt armor is the third upgrade that we take due to, you know, critical system damage, you know, negation one time. It's perfect. Belt armor is nice. For our fourth upgrade, we did take the Grot Tune thrusters. That gives us the increased turn speed. Super important on orcs because they have such low turn radius. Not good. And then Grot Messengers, which increases the duration of the following special orders by 50%, lock on, brace for impact, and reload. And the main order that we use is brace for impact, because that allows us to take a heck of a lot less damage. So that's what we use for that. As for skills, Taunt, you know, pretty much self-explanatory. It allows you to grab a ship and keep it in place as long as it's frontal facing. Taunt is really most useful against the Eldar because they are a frontal facing faction, which is, you know, what they do. Our second upgrade being Enhanced Induction Cells. This allows an instantaneous refill of our combustion gauge. Super important. You gotta have combustion gauge. The big red button is the most important thing about Orcs gameplay. It allows you to move fast and cover a great distance in a short amount of time. Being able to do that multiple times, super important. Third upgrade, Overload Shields, pretty much gives us an impenetrable shield for 10 seconds. The invincibility is nice because you're going to be brawling, you're going to be up close, you want to negate as much damage as possible while you're doing it. And our fourth upgrade, on our battleship only because it's the only one that has a fourth upgrade slot, is the Grot on a Rock, which gives us a stationary beacon that reveals, you know, units within a certain radius. What is it? Doesn't actually say. It's like 3,000 units, I think, something like that. And that is pretty much our orc fleet in a nutshell. This is probably not the most optimal build as far as upgrades go, but definitely an optimal build for winning a lot of games. And I hope the people who see this will take good advantage of it because it's an overpowered fleet. So yeah, that is our Evil Sunz fleet. Right. Okay. Sorry.